Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, here I am. I'm relaxing at Mom's house, having a great time. I'm sitting here having my tea this morning and really enjoying it. And I am on countdown to the royal wedding. That's right. I am so excited about this. On Saturday, we're going to see the worldwide event, the wedding of His Royal Highness Prince Harry to Meghan Markle. And a lot of you have been writing, said, Psychic Bob, what's going on with the royal wedding? What's your insights? What can you tell us? And I'm a big royal watcher, have been for years. I used to live in England, met members of the royal family, love them. And as many of you know, I'm even a cousin to the late Duchess of Windsor. So I have my own royal connections. And as many of you know, I also hold a title of nobility as the Marquis of Montrose. So I'm really into this whole royal thing. I love it. I'm very excited. Well, anyways, you guys have been saying, Psychic Bob, what can you tell us about Meghan Markle? And I thought, you know what, these are very good questions because, a lot of people don't really know her that well. She's kind of new on the scene. I mean, of course, a lot of people know her as an actress here in the United States, but as a member of the royal family, she's stepping into a new role. And I thought it would be very interesting today to look at the astrology around Meghan Markle. So I thought we'd pull up her zodiac chart here. So let's go ahead and pull up her chart. I want you guys to take a look at it, and then we're going to talk about it. Here's the chart for Meghan Markle. Check this out. All right, as you can see by that chart, Meghan Markle was born on August 4th, 1981 at 4:46 a.m. in Los Angeles, California. That puts her in the sun sign of Leo. And it's very interesting because a lot of celebrities, a lot of actors are Leos. Leos are natural performers, and she's really got that energy going for her. And so, it's no surprise to me that she's, a very successful actress. As I said, a lot of Leos carry that star power, and she certainly has star power around her. As I was looking at her chart, one of the other major trends here, it's very interesting, and she has a lot of her planets in her chart in the sign of Libra. And interestingly, I'll explain that. She's got her moon in Libra. She's got the planet Jupiter in Libra. She's got Saturn in Libra and Pluto in Libra. Wow, that is a great combination because Libra is an air sign. This makes her a natural communicator. Meghan Markle, and I've seen her in interviews, and I have to say it really shows up. Libra energy brings in people that are very agreeable. They like people to get along. They don't create factions and fractious energy. And so this is a very good sign for her going into the royal family. This means that she'll be a team player, that she's really going to fit in and do really well with that, She also has interesting planets. She has Mercury in the sign of Leo as well. And Mercury is our planet that deals with communications. Again, this is star power. And so we can expect her to continue to shine in her new role. With Mercury and Leo, I expect she'll be doing a lot of public speaking and actually doing it very well. Now, lately we've seen Meghan being very quiet. She's kind of learning the ropes still. But after she gets in, I'm telling you, she's going to be one of the stars of the royal family. Really, she is. Interestingly, she has the planet Mars in the sign of Cancer. This indicates kind of a little bit of an internal volatile energy. It means that she's very emotional. And I'll tell you, I don't want to get on her bad side. Now, that's not necessarily a bad statement, but what it means is that she feels things very deeply and she'll be very passionate. And I expect in the coming years, we're going to start to see her really be an advocate for some causes. I believe that the Queen will let her start to take up charitable interests that she's interested in. And once she does that, she's going to just rock it because that Mars in Cancer means true passion, true commitment, almost an intensity, even a little scary, like don't cross her, don't take away her charity work, okay? So she's got some really interesting planets here. She also, as I said, has Saturn in Libra. This will bring a great balance to her public demeanor. It means that she has a sense of self, a wherewithal for containment and balance. So I really like that. You know, interestingly, she has the planet Neptune in Sagittarius. Neptune is the emotional planet, and Sagittarius is a sign that tends to indicate, you know, the hunter and gatherer. And so what this means is that when she feels strong about something, she definitely goes for it. And, you know, that's a kind of a great combination of Neptune also brings out that inner psychic self. So she will be very in touch with her inner voice, with her inner wisdom. And this means that when she has a cause she believes in, she'll know how to go out and accomplish it. So as I said, I really expect her to step into a lot of amazing charity work and really be a voice to help a lot of people, you know. I'd say right now, Meghan, listen to your inner voice. All your alignments here really say that you are walking in a place of power from your inner wisdom. So don't disregard your inner wisdom, okay? Now, you know, as I was looking at her chart, it's interesting because there are 12 houses of the zodiac, and each of the houses have a different area of life that they govern. The first house that she has is called the Ascendant. That's the rising sign. That means at the time of your birth, the planet that, you know, where the sun is and the planets are at the time of your birth, her Ascendant on her birthday was in the house or the sign of Gemini. This deals with how you relate to the world, your first impressions. You know, what do people pick up when they meet you? How do you present yourself to the world? As a Gemini Ascendant, this means that she's got air energy, which means natural communicator and really open to teamwork and partnership. This is a great ascendant to have, especially in a firm such as the royal family. You really got to be a team player. It involves a lot of interactions with coordinators and with other royal family members and the public. Gemini is a great sign to have as an ascendant. This really foreshadows that she'll do very well and be very well received by the public, okay? Interestingly, her fourth house, this is the house that deals with your home, your foundations, your early years of your life. Her fourth house is in the sign of Leo. Leo is, again, that star quality, that power. So literally, since childhood, she's had an ambition to succeed, to be a performer, to be out there. And I bet if I were to ask her mother'd say, oh yes, Meghan was always the performer in the house and had a lot of inspiration. That's a great sign to have. You know, it means that she's practiced all her life to step into roles of power and influence and visibility. So it's like she's been trained even before she's been trained to be part of the royals. I think that's wonderful. You know, her sixth house, the sixth house deals with health and issues connected to service to the world, how you know, physically are and how that energy takes you into the world. She's got that in the sign of Scorpio, and that could be just a little bit of concern at times because Scorpio tends to be a water sign. It holds a lot of emotions deep, and so there's a challenge for Meghan to honor herself. She may become so devoted to her actual. Well, I'm back. You know, the one thing about being at other people's houses is you can't control the telephone. So, you know, we just got to roll with it. But anyways, as I was saying, Meghan Markle in the sixth house has a little bit of challenge. This deals with health and connected to service to the world and balancing energies. She has that in Scorpio, which means that she holds things deep within. And my concern about this is that she may sacrifice some of her well-being in the causes that she believes in. So for Meghan, I would encourage her to work on balance. You don't have to, you know, kill yourself basically to get things done. Don't overextend and work on balance. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge for her, I feel, going forward. Her seventh house is really interesting. Seventh house deals with relationships with other people, partnerships, and marriages. And interestingly, her seventh house is in the sign of Sagittarius. And that Sagittarius is go-getter, hunter, and gatherer. So that means that when she saw Prince Harry and she started to feel for him, she's like, I'm not giving up on this. This shows our real commitment energy in the air relationships. And that fire sign means that they're going to have a lot of passion. It's going to be a good union, I feel. I really do, you know. Interestingly, jumping down here to the 10th house. The 10th house deals with public image, okay? And it's interesting, her being a public image person, this is an important house. Interestingly, her 10th house is in the sign of Aquarius. And what that is, Aquarians are great ambassadors to the world. This is an excellent sign for her to have in the role that she's stepping into. And in fact, I think, to be honest with you, her 10th house in Aquarius, well, she'll be better served working as a royal princess than an actress. And so I think this is really excellent. Aquarians bring a lot of creative energy, a lot of spontaneity, very, Uranian, very kind of avant-garde. So we can look for, I believe, Meghan, as she moves forward in her role, to become more free-spirited and bring a real creative side to her work. So I think she's going to, as I said, I really think she's going to be somebody to keep an eye on in the royal family. I think she's going to be a really great inspiration, not only to the public, but to the other members of the family as well. Interesting, she has her 12th house. Now, the 12th house deals with endings, old age, kind of the end of life. Her 12th house falls in the sign of Taurus. That assures me that in her old age, she's going to be well kept and living a life of luxury and splendor, and still be a grande dame. She'll be a matriarch. And this is a great sign. I feel that this foreshadows a long-term connection to the royal family. She will find that in her older years that she is really in positions of power and longevity, and she will not be finding herself in a position of struggle or poverty in her old age. And so this, to me, I think is really, really wonderful. Now, looking at Meghan's chart here, she also has some interesting transits in her natal chart. She's got her moon conjunct Jupiter. And, this to me points that since childhood's birth, she was literally destined towards fame. Jupiter is a planet that deals with wealth, fame, glamour. And having the moon in that really says that it's an interior knowing, literally since birth. So she really, I feel, has felt all her life called to some great destiny. Probably as a child, she may have not understood it, where she's going to end up, but she knew that she was going to accomplish great things. And so this is a really powerful sign that I think foreshadows her future, okay? The moon, she also has the moon conjunct Saturn, which tells me that she has a lot of self-awareness, she has wisdom. And, as I've watched her recently in interviews, she conducts herself with such a nice balance of poise. Definitely moon conjunct Saturn working there. I think that's great. She also has Mars square Saturn, or excuse me, Mars square Jupiter. And this also is an interesting sort of combination, because Mars square Jupiter means that on some level her challenge may be that there's almost an obsession. Like, I think perhaps when she's younger, it was almost like, I have to get to the top, almost like a little bit of fear-based, but yet inspiration. I think she's challenged by, at least in the earlier years, probably insecurity, a little bit of fear of like, oh my God, am I going to really make it? What if I don't make it? And so Mars square Jupiter shows a little bit of challenge in that area. But the good thing is she also has Jupiter conjunct Saturn, which is a very positive aspect. And what that means is that she has the ability to accept fame, to deal with fame and prosperity. And so it's a formula for success. So Jupiter conjunct Saturn means that she will conduct herself in great dignity. She has self-awareness again, self-respect, and will really do an impressive job for the royal family. And I tell you, if I were sitting with the Queen and telling the Queen what I think about her, I'd be saying, Your Majesty, definitely bring her into the family firm. She's going to be a star. I think we're going to see a lot of good things from her. Now, looking at the wedding day, which is Saturday, May 19th, out of Windsor, United Kingdom. Interesting, we have some good transits that day. Our moon is in the sign of Taurus. That is a wonderful energy because that means that people are going to feel in tune with the sensualness of the wedding. It'll be a lot of romance, a lot of luxury. It's going to be a really kind of high style event, and people will be feeling it and be part of it. We've got our Sun trine Mars, which really brings out inspiration and glamour and fire and high energy. We've got Jupiter trine Neptune. That means that there will be a lot of blessings of inner wealth as well as outer wealth, so people will be feeling. It's going to be a really emotional day, and people, the audience, the public at large, as well as the wedding party, are all going to be feeling that wonderful energy. And we've also got Mercury trine Saturn. This is a very good aspect because Mercury trine Saturn means that they'll have a good success with speech that day. You know, it's going to be a big event. A lot of people will be nervous. A lot of people are going to have speaking roles, you know, from the minister to the bride and groom to the people doing toast. Mercury trine Saturn means that people will conduct themselves well. They'll be able to speak with clarity, with wisdom. There won't be a lot of gaffes, and it won't be a challenging day for public speaking. So I tell you, Psychic Bob's prediction for Meghan Markle, thumbs up, double thumbs up. She is going to be a star in the royal family. How's the royal wedding day going to go off? It's going to go off just fine. Well, guys, listen, thanks for being here. We're going to have more about the royal wedding as we go through the next few days, so definitely keep it here at Spirit Channel. I hope this has brought you some insight, and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you like this, help me out. Like this, favorite it, share it with your friends, give me thumbs up, and hit subscribe, be part of our channel. You guys are best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more videos, and until then, may you always blessed